Hello the channel, welcome back everyone. It's the festive season, we're getting festive again. This is the first one by the way, I don't know why I can't even talk right. Do apologise, it's probably just because it's just getting into the system. So, rewards night again. Slightly different format for this video. I wanted to come on and just have a wee sort of look through things before we go on to the rewards. Mainly because I wanted to open the Guinness and I was just looking at me and it's like, what another Guinness. So anyways, this is quite interesting. You see the background here with me, with my baldy head in the middle of the screen. So we've got Pro, Premier League and all that sort of stuff. And I want to have a quick look at our discussion on what Big Nick's saying here. So with this tweet out from him, don't know if everyone will have seen it yet, but anyways, some sort of interesting stuff in it. And if you don't follow the big man, Nicolas was with Adrian, one of the founders of the site, a lot more hands-on again recently, and you can follow him at Ni2LAS, so not Nicolas, Ni2LAS. So as everybody knows, we actually touched on it in the last video as well. It's been a sort of quieter spell for the market. People have not been happy about the way the DNPs have been introduced and everything as well. It's clearly as a good product, clearly a product people have a lot of passion for and enjoy, but some things that need to be updated. So these are the things that we can expect early in 2024. So Sorare Pro, football, new competition structure mirroring the real world of football, star players, be star players. So that's the first sort of bombshell. How long have we got? We'll probably run over in terms of the rewards here. Okay, mirroring the real world of football. So what does that mean? I mean, in terms of like a scoring matrix, in a way, Sorare at the moment does mirror world football a lot, because people will say, well, use Celtic. Celtic being great at SO5 is not good for Sorare and all that sort of stuff. But Celtic do dominate other teams, and it's reflective of the stats. So, you might have some choices about what competitions they play in and what they can win and all that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, Celtic are good at SO5 and are good in terms of stats. That's in fancy football wise. So if you're going to have a global game, you're always going to have that. Give you another example. Leicester were rotten last season. This season, they're top of the championship. So they've went down a division. Last season, they were probably pretty useless for winning things. And this season, they become useful. And Sorare covers the EPL and Sorare covers the championship. So that type of stuff's interesting. I do like the star players be star players thing. I mean, what we're trying to do is get the site to the stage where there's hundreds of thousands of people like on it all the time, but millions of users and millions of people being active, and really if people aspire to have cards going back in the direction of being really quite valuable again, then you're going to need more users, and more users might not be attracted by coming in and saying, well, top scoring player on the platform is this guy in the MLS or whatever. No offence to the MLS, but European football's seen as being a higher standard. So it's an interesting one. I like it. I like that they're wanting to do this. It worries me a bit as well. They make sure they don't fuck up the value of existing players who are already, like as I would say, Sorare stars. So it's got to be done in a way that's careful and clever. If it's done in a way where there's an improvement to what you can actually win with the star players rather than shafting the other players, then that's fine. If the other players are shafted and my Celtic collections are shafted, I'm going to be driving to France and I'm going to be giving Nicolas Julia a square goal. If anyone needs any translations of that, it means I'll be putting them right in the balls, putting the homos, the balls. Anyway, after all joking aside, I've got quite a sort of balanced gallery as well, so that's not just dependent on Celtic, but I'm at the moment, and I don't have my uniques are tailored towards Celtic and stuff. Anyway, we'll not spend the whole show talking about Celtic, or maybe we will. Yeah, I don't know. Better reward structure for all sports. More exciting openings. Boxes. So boxes are interesting. The thing I like about boxes is you can maybe have less actual cards given out, but still give people the hope they might win something that's good. So, from that point of view, that might be quite clever. People clearly like the limited version of it. But then, if I want to do the lottery, then I'll play the national lottery as well. So, I hope they don't misjudge that. Again, let's not go into it too much because Nicolas talking about more exciting prizes in general. So let's see if that means the jackpot prizes are higher or whatever. Managers want to dream big, and the prize structure will be adjusted accordingly. Obvious one to discuss there is what happens to thresholds. Personal opinion, I think the limited thresholds have been a mistake. It's not worked. People come into limited, and the first piece of advice is make sure you go and play Cap 240 and collect $5 for pass and go every week, and that's where you should be starting and all that sort of stuff, and it just doesn't really seem right. And if you're on a low budget, there's no real onus to move up from there. You could still be playing Cap 240 in 10 years' time, which I don't really understand. So yeah, if it's going to be adjusted, then that's good. I think there needs to be more cash given out, so less cards, more cash. If that allows to bring demand to cards, then Sorare can keep minting and selling cards if done in the right way. So that's fine. Clearly communicated windows where we can make changes in core gameplay twice a year. I think that's good. If you'll excuse my Scottish phrases, there's been too much fannying about recently. Change is good if it's for the better, but you see with the DNP stuff coming in that Sorare misjudged it. That was Nicolas's reply to one of the guys in this post. Misjudged some of the edge cases. I would be more blunt than that. I think I made a complete arse of it. It's not a case of misjudging edge cases. It's a case of not understanding the actual reward system. When you chuck in loads of DNPs and they've got higher supply, the system makes it more likely that they'll be rewarded. So it's not fair on users to have multiple game weeks where they're just getting shafted and not getting the type of rewards that they should be getting because Sorare's chucked in a load of DMPs. So as soon as that happened, they should have been brought back out and a solution found or whatever. But the frustrating thing is DMPs were put in the rewards, think about a year and a half ago or something. Nobody liked it. It wasn't implemented very well, and then Sorare have done it again. So my only thought for this stuff is this sounds quite good as long as Sorare don't make an arse of it. And there's been things recently where you would lead you to believe that there's a good possibility that might happen. But anyway, I'm not dissing you, Nicolas. I know this sounds quite good to me overall, so let's go through it. Manager ID, an amazing way to showcase your club, victories, collections, and more. Quite like that ranking systems. I mean, like the long format stuff, I quite like. If you look at other games like social games like FPL, people in the top certain thousands and everything have got quite a nice status, and people look up to them and people watch their content or follow their content or listen to them. So that's quite interesting, and I think that's an element of things obviously can be developed. Mobile first scouting experience. If anyone's missed it, Nicolas did say that on the iOS for iPhones and on Android as well, you'll be able to buy and sell in the market too, which is brilliant because one of the issues with the Sorare app was like, well, how to actually buy some cards to play this game or whatever. So that's going to be really good. And mobile side of things is really important to having things go really mainstream. Obviously, it's got to be a game that people enjoy and all that sort of stuff, and people are attracted by and got a bit of hype with it and everything. But at the end of the day, to grow numbers or whatever, then it's got to be easily accessible, and people are all on their mobiles. That's life these days. or sometimes too much, as the wife would say. Revamped user journey levels to guide users at each step of their career. Fair dues, better sort of progression through. I've said it before, like, as long as there were some benefits of it, like if Sorare said, right, you're not playing against some of these users in limited or in certain tournaments, then I would accept that. I guess that one of the problems with Sorare at the moment is that somebody goes and plays Challenger Limited and they've got to beat my Celtic stacks and stuff, you know. I still want to be playing that, but, you know, obviously there's got to be some sort of solution that makes it kind of fairer for people to try and work their way through. Sorare Rivals, moving from closed to open beta. Think about it as simplified, mobile first, social head-to-head version of Sorare Pro. I've been playing it, quite like it. Feedback's generally good on it. It's not too complicated, you don't need cards to play it. So yeah, aiming at onboarding a more casual audience that we can't onboard with Sorare Pro. So yeah, well, fair enough, because Sorare Pros, in my opinion, should be expensive, or relatively expensive anyway. So, you know, it should be expensive to own the cards, otherwise there's no value in the site. So an actual halfway in is good. Big surprise at launch, current gameplay not reflecting what you'll see at launch. So, you know, that's interesting. So taking on the feedback of the closed beta to make improvements, that's good. I don't know what the big surprise is. Obviously not, because it would have been a surprise with it. So anyway, mobile full launch in Android in January. Item 9B, drink more Guinness. 10, full launch on iOS in January, so that's good as well. So obviously you've got iOS just now, but by full launch, I think what Nicolas means, you can access all features, the gameplay, the buying and selling cards, all that type of stuff, and I think that is actually quite important. I think it was Laird mentioned that one of the issues in America is I think that you can't deposit dollars still at the moment, so all these things need to be ironed out, so don't need problems like that. Our thing I throw in here is a split wallet thing, where some people only accept Ethereum and you get pounds, or you've got some pounds and some F, and you can't combine them, and all that stuff needs to be sorted out. You're never going to be hugely mainstream and successful when there's too much fucking about with stuff like that. It just doesn't work. Oh yeah, I've got 100 quid of that, 100 quid of Ethereum, but I can't buy a £150 player. I've got to take 50 quid out to Coinbase, and people are not going to get involved in that. Not until crypto becomes like fully, you know, Elon Musk takes X in the Twitter sphere, and I'm just talking shite now. Until crypto becomes really quite mainstream, you know, accepted like fiat is, because fiat currency is established stable currencies. Ambassador's first mainstream campaigns with star athletes. That's good. I mean, people always question what's the point of being, you know, like having a Messi as ambassador. What's the point of Mbappe as ambassador, and saying never actually tweet about the site and stuff. I guess from Sorare's point of view, they want to get the site right before they do that. It's part of me that's quite cynical about that as well, saying they want to drive down the prices so that it's cheaper to buy in, which isn't really fair on existing users, but I'll accept that as long as they don't fuck the whole thing up. Relative to the stuff above, not like, you know, actually bringing value back to stuff. Partners, addition of a couple of iconic clubs that have been missing for a while. Now that's good. Be nice to have PSG back, Mbappe being really valuable, Mbappe being in the prize pools. There's a couple of big Portuguese clubs not currently licensed. A couple of clubs in Italy as well. Don't think Juventus and Inter and stuff are on just now. Detailed roadmap in the coming days. Please don't deliver it when I'm hungover, Nicolas. Which will depend on the Celtic Rangers result tomorrow. Wishing you all an amazing holiday season. Please retweet this for a chance of winning a limited card, so I'll get more exposure. Clever, that's fine. No bother. So, a lot to take in there. I've spent a wee bit of time discussing it. Channel's not all about me just opening rewards and stuff, but yeah, we've got some coming tonight, which is good. So, but what I give some honest thoughts on this stuff as well. That there will be an element of people that will just think, well, you've fucked up so many things recently that you might just fuck this up again. It's a chance for Sorare to, lay out the way forward, get things right, get things sorted out in a way that makes it attractive for people to come in. I just hope they remember their existing users with that as well, and that existing users are looked after, not the existing users that have all sold up in the last couple of months, because they're out now, and it'll be a case of get it right up yous if everything all starts to go in the right direction again. No, I mean, seriously though, it's not good to see guys who've been around for a couple of years just feeling as if they're as well selling up because their values or their galleries are going down and stuff. So, we want the site being nice and attractive and interesting and people enjoying it and people not complaining all the time and more stable market and stuff. And part of that is bringing demand to the cards, right? So there we go. So that's where we are with it. Got a couple of minutes before the rewards come out. So just before we do, I'm going to have a quick look at midweek and then we'll open the rewards. So this is, as I said before, a spreadsheet I'm using from Egal S_ probabilities on Twitter. It'll give you a free trial of it as well. There's other things out there as well, just for rebalance. I'm not selling this to anybody. Not that I get any money for selling it to anybody. But you can use Sorare data for some of these functions as well, but some of the stuff in Sorare data you've got to pay for as well. So fixtures midweek, I think the first thing to point out is quite a reduced calendar, SPFL. Champ is La Liga basically. So, you'll see games here, you'll see Betis against Celta Vigo, and you think, oh, that's pretty high up in the priority list, but it's not. It's just not many fixtures on. So, I wouldn't say Girona versus Atletico Madrid's a really good fixture in any way at all. Apart from Girona have been excellent this season, but these ones kind of towards the top are the ones you would really want to look at. So, not Rangers, because we know why if you've been watching the channel. Not a Rangers fan. Real Madrid, so it's interesting, not the cheapest of players, etc., but, is what it is. They'll be the stars soon as Nicolas is jazzing them up. Celtic against St Mirren, well, talk about Celtic all the time. If you not want to talk about Celtic, watch somebody else's channel, because you're not going to enjoy this one. Barcelona against Las Palmas. Osasuna against Almeria. It's a kind of sneaky one. Almeria have been pretty rotten this season. There's only one Turkish game, which is Gaziantep against Pendikspor. Sociedad against Alaves, and blowing bubbles in the air at West Ham United. So I was wrong about the La Liga. There is one EPL game as well, which is West Ham against Brighton. It's not a double game week. Brighton against West Ham is just showing you the home stats or the Brighton stats for that fixture, as opposed to just the West Ham stats. So there we go. More of a restricted game week. Player database. So this is set to all players rather than just mines, I think. So highest projected scores. That's it. Where's my players only? No, it's not my players only. I should put all the players. So Matt O'Reilly up the top of the projected scores, as he is often. Luis Duque Lopez, that's pretty interesting. So he's not a guy that's too expensive, so I'd be one to look out for. Guy I like, actually. I think he's a good player. Got loads of Chatmayovsky going as well, which would mean that Duque would play more as well. Ardagor's been injured, so I don't think he's going to play. Leighton Clarkson against, again, Aberdeen. So Aberdeen have got a pretty good fixture by the looks of it. Jude Bellingham, no real surprise there. Vinicius Junior, I think, is going to feature, but won't start that game. Some Celtic players. Brahim, pretty sneaky at Real Madrid. He's been really good. I think he won Player of the Month, so seems to be kind of establishing himself there. Dylan Levitt, this guy who like quite a lot, actually. Surprised he's not done better, to be honest, especially this season. And then guys there, João Pedro, who's been absolutely superb and for Brighton. So there we go. It's not a big preview of the midweek. Probably do a separate video later on the weekend or whatever, whenever I sober up after the Celtic Rangers game. I'm going to have a couple of drinks tomorrow, enjoy the game, so it's the way of it. Got to be done. So just a wee reminder in terms of lineups, there is a big one to open here. Second place in champion. It's not champion. I promise this is my first Guinness, honestly. I do promise. Not of my life, but of the night. So Challenger Europe Rare Plus. And this is the lineup. I must admit, it's been a pretty unbelievable run. Really good form, 6 podiums in 8 game weeks, which is incredible, really. So I'm very thankful for that, and if Nicolas could make sure that he remembers that Celtic are stars as well, that would be really good. So anyway, let's claim them rewards, because I've been talking for a while now. Swig of Guinness during the coins, as always. Next swig will be prior to opening the start. 5,000 coins. We're going to leave one of the cards to last in case that mad glitch thing happens again, and we'll leave the star rare to last in the glitches. So Premier League Winter Special, £47. I've really enjoyed this competition. I think it was a good idea. Probably an interesting test for Sorare as well. They've been able to obviously give out a good amount, but also bring some value to the cards. So they'll have the stats and how they've been able to sell the cards and stuff, but I think it's worked. Challenger Europe Rare Plus cash monies, £271 worth of Ethereum, which may or may not be ploughed back into Luis Palma's Super Rare soon. There we go, we'll see. Maybe I shouldn't bother, just in case Nicolas doesn't think Luis Palma's a star anymore. But anyway, that's just the way of it. Cap to 40 limited, $5 worth of Ethereum, or £4.09, and cap to 40 rare hit the threshold as well. So a brilliant, successful game week again. I've been working hard on my game as well. Like, I'm always trying to sort of buy quality, buy the right cards, not buy into this, so I'm not buying anybody anymore type thing. If you're going to be playing regularly, want to win regularly, you've got to be a wee bit agile, I think. And I think that commitment towards the sites been able to allow me to keep winning, etc. So there we go. So we're going to leave the tier 5 limited to last in case a glitch thing happens again. See what else we've got here. So tier 4 limited and under 23. One of the lower tiers, English forward. Right, Watford. Toby Adeyemo. I don't know much about this guy, but he appeared recently. Always nice to get a rookie card. 18. As I said earlier, Sorare cover the Championship and EPL, so long term sort of value there. Tier 1 in Challenger Europe Limited, so pretty good result up in 16th there as well with the Celtic players. Dutch mid from Feyenoord, Quinton Timber, nice. That's a nice one to have as well. Feyenoord are a really good team. Celtic did beat them recently, but I was quite impressed with them. Good technical team, so pretty interesting there. Happy with that. Reward box special 270, so I'll need to open this actually when I come out, because this is a premium limited box, so it doesn't open here, you've got to open it now, but I guess it'd be better if you just let you open it here, but so it's different sequence, so fair dues. I'm going to open the tier 3 and the tier 4 rare, and then we'll open the super rare, and then we'll open the star rare. 240 rare in the limited. Nigerian forward. Is it man? That would be it. David Akintola. That's tier 4, right? I don't know how much that guy's worth. But I know Adana's had some financial problems and stuff recently, but maybe that will give him more of a chance to play. Tier 3 rare. And then say we'll open the super rare, and then the star rare, and then the mystery box. So 39th in Challenger rare. Could have been even better actually with 3-0 win at Dundee, but Vickers come off before the clean sheet and stuff, and just that's the way it goes. So there we go. Turkish forward from 20. Nachi Univar, nice. I really like Nachi. I've already got a rare actually. It was a guy I bought when he went out on loan to Trabzonspor or something. Always really highly rated at Ajax. A few injury problems, but I think he'll come good. So that's good. I think I'll be keeping that one, to be honest, unless he balloons for some reason. But because I do obviously got two now, but there we go. And Challenger Europe, super rare, came 10th there. Again, pretty nice result. Tier 3 super rare. This team had Vickers in it as well, so would have been higher if they hadn't come off just before a clean sheet. But there we go, we've had a brilliant run, so not complaining. See who we get. Dutch goalkeeper, well, that's usually good. Herenveen, Mickey van der Hart, nice. So backup, again, this is people have been talking a lot about the DMPs. I don't mind it. I don't mind being patient with goalkeepers. Like, it's always part of the early doors strategy and everything that I had. And Noppert has had some games for Holland as well, so you never know. Mickey van der Hart might get fed up and want to move on, or Noppert might move on. So I don't mind that myself, but I do understand other people might be saying, well, I'd want somebody who starts, etc. There we go. So, main attraction, Star Rare. I don't know if Lee's Palm was in the pools as yet, actually. So there we go. Kind of reduced game weeks, you don't always get right up at the top of the pool anyway. But a Star Rare should be a pretty good quality, fingers crossed. English goalkeeper. Is it Joe Hart? No. Well, Dennis. Nice. He's been doing pretty well recently, and actually that's pretty interesting for midweek because that gives me an extra option in midweek, which is good. I can see why he's quite high at the moment because he's quite low supply. He's under 23s, so that's run lots of games and everything. I thought he played pretty well against Celtic. Somebody said there was some talk of him possibly being dropped at some point, but I don't really get that. I mean, Kilmarnock are 4th, and he's selling for a good amount at the moment, so I either use him midweek or somebody I'm sure will buy him. But that's pretty interesting because I do have some teams for midweek, so that could help me compound the rewards. So there we go. Well, Dennis, got a Scottish League reward, and then the reward box to open this wee sequence. So this is a premium one, so you do have a chance of winning a Star Limited as well. See what we get. It's a card. That's good. I've never won a card for this. Nicolas Christoph. Looks as if he's got... That could be alright, actually. So it looks like he's got an average of 48. He's only 23 as well, so I think that's not a bad pull at all. Quite like a wee sequence as well, quite exciting. So Nicolas is obviously leading us that way with everything on the site. So let's have a wee look, see what the script here is with this guy, Christoph. Seems to me to be if he's under 23 playing goalkeeper, then that's a good pull, right? You just get like nothing in that, so Elversberg, yeah, he plays worth a tenner. That's pretty good for the rewards box side of things. Not bad at all. So there we go. I wouldn't say Dennis is that exciting, but very, very useful at the moment. Very useful, and also he's out of contract and someone he has been linked with the old firm, but look at the scores he's putting in, so pretty good scores, and he's auctioning quite high, so that will give me the chance of either turning them over to somebody who wants to play 23s midweek or just using them myself, to be honest. And that was something I was actually having a look at before we come on earlier, believe it or not. So I'll show you just quickly before everybody gets fed up, if you're not already. So not many players. It's got Rangers midweek. It's a shame. But you never know. I mean, if he doesn't concede a few goals, then it's guaranteed to be a good score, you would have thought, because he'll be facing shots. Kilmarnock are a funny team that beat Celtic and Rangers this season as well. So people look at that and say it's a rubbish fixture. It's probably better than whacking out Bart Verbruggen and then Steele playing, and Jorgensen is an option there as well. So we'll see. Either actually, Will Dennis did have a link with Celtic. I'm not making this up. Guys will back me up on that, Quinny and things, if you want some independent verification there. But he was actually linked with Celtic, so I don't know if there's any actual truth in that, or whether it's just because he's on loan from a club in England, and then I think he's out of contract in the summer. So anyway, there we go. Finishing my Guinness now. I'm going to go and we're having our Sorare Odyssey social. People don't know what that is. Sorare Odyssey guys. They do have a. I'll show them actually. A wee plug. I need to move myself in the middle of the screen. So run a Discord, podcast, etc. Loads of information. Really good information on players, XG, good fixtures, players to look out for. So I've got Patreon. I actually subscribed to it myself. I'm not just that's why I'm in the it's that social tonight. So having a wee Zoom, just all having a few drinks and just having a laugh with each other and stuff. So there we go. Giving the Odyssey boys, Matt, Patrick Ryan, Etienne 23, a wee plug there. So I'm going to shut up now. If anybody's got any thoughts on the new roadmap or any questions you want to ask me, then just drop some comments down below the video. Please do like, retweet, subscribe, all that sort of stuff as well. I'm away now to drink more Guinness. Take it easy if you're playing this weekend. Good luck and go fuck.